hi, here I am, still in the car, still in the same shirt, still heading to New York, just going through Albany now. If you saw my other video, you'll know what that means. If not, sorry, it was an inside joke. So I'm thinking about the people who are ready to retire, thinking about retiring, and they say, oh, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, or I would be bored if I retired. Well, I'm not going to retire because, my wife would have me doing all this stuff around the house. And I can't help but think, like, are you kidding me? Really? Is that what you've become, is a product of your job, a product of your profession? Is that what it's made you? Your whole life is your job? And it's true for a lot of us, isn't it? I mean, I'm not putting anyone down, I'm just saying. A lot of people think like that, right? What would I do with myself because I'm so used to going to this job every day? Think about that. We've given up our lives for a job for so long that we don't know what we would do with ourselves. We don't really have a life without the job, right? We wouldn't. How about we get our life back? Think about that. Like, it's your life. We're actually saying, well, I'd rather continue to give my life to somebody else because I'm more comfortable that way than to take it back. It's your life. Figure out what you would do with it, right? What did you like to do before you got a job when you were a kid? For instance, I like to go fishing with my friends, right? And I found out that throughout the years, I totally stopped fishing because I was rushing. And for 20, 30 years, I never went fishing. And then only in the last few years did I start going fishing again with my son because he loves fishing. And we go a few times. He goes almost every day. And I go with him 3, 4, 5 times in the summer. And I realized that, you know what? I got so wrapped up in life that I stopped doing something that I like to do. So if I was going to retire, that's something I would do some more, is go fishing. You know what's fun about fishing? It's very relaxing. I'm not saying everybody has to like fishing, but you get to sit down and relax and just enjoy life. You get to throw your pole in the water, your rod in the water, and just wait. And you get, what a time. You can pray, you can contemplate your life, you can look at nature and God's creation and think about your family. You can just enjoy life, enjoy your time, and relax for once. What a great thing to do. But there's so many other things you could do. It's your life. Think about what you're saying when you say, well, what would I do with my time? Anything other than give it to somebody else. It's your life. And you've got a few years left. Think about whatever you used to like to do when you were younger. And maybe you've outgrown that. But come up with something, Find something to do. I'm older now. And for years I thought, who would enjoy something like hiking? What a dumb thing to do, right? Who would want to go hiking? How can you find enjoyment in that? And then over the last couple of years, I ended up going hiking for reasons beyond my control. I had to go hiking with some different groups of people for particular reasons, and I just enjoyed it, actually. One was with the group, I was in the military, and we had to go on a hike. It was more of a fun thing than anything else. It wasn't mandatory. But we went on a hike, and it was fun. And then there were a couple of other times I went on a hike with some people, and it was actually enjoyable. And I said, wow, I never thought I would like that. You walk through a path in the woods, and you look at nature, and you just enjoy, you relax. You can take your dog if you want, and you just enjoy life. You enjoy nature. You look at flowers and trees, and once again, God's creation, and you just, I don't know, if it's in the summer, you enjoy the growth. If it's in the fall, you enjoy the foliage. If it's in the winter, you enjoy the snow on the bushes. And these are just some examples of things that I've seen. But there's a whole life out there. There's a whole world out there besides your job. mean, if you've got someone at home, if you've got grandchildren, you can spend time with them. You can help your children so they don't have to spend thousands of dollars a month on daycare by taking the kids a couple of days a week while they're at work. You can get to know your spouse better again, take the pressure off them if they're still working, by helping out at home. You can start a little side gig. You can go back to school. I don't know, everybody's into this pickleball thing nowadays and people seem to love it. There's so many things you can do. Just it's your life. Stop thinking like, oh, what would I do with myself? Anything. It's you. That's a great problem to have. What would I do with myself? You would be doing something for yourself and with yourself. It's about time, isn't it? You could volunteer time to help somebody else, to help some organization. You know, I often think Jesus, the King of the world, the Savior of the world, said, I came to serve and not to be served. If we all thought like that, what an amazing world this would be, right? If we all concentrated on serving others and not ourselves, wouldn't this world be amazing? And I'm not saying we'd have to do it 24 hours a day, but instead of life being about me, what if once every day we thought about somebody else? What could I do for somebody else today? Could I send them a letter of encouragement? Could I just send them a quote? Or bring somebody a bowl of soup? Or do something nice for somebody today? Give somebody a donation or whatever. What if you did that once a week or once a day? That gives you something right there to do. This world would be so amazing if we all did that. Just think of all the things you haven't been able to do for the past 45 years that you've been working. And now you can do them. Please think about that, because this is such a powerful message. This is your time. All the things that you couldn't do, now you can do. Just sit down someday, go for a walk, and think about all these things. Did you always want to have a pet that you couldn't because there was nobody home to take care of the animal while you were at work? Well, now you can. Did you always want to just get in your car and go see someone that you served in the military with 30 years ago and you wonder how they're doing? You can do that. You're wondering how your college friends are doing, somebody that you went to college with? Go visit them. You know, there's so many things, things that you've always said, oh, I wish I could. Now you can. Don't give your last days to a job that is going to replace you the second you're gone. It's nice to want to be appreciated, and it's nice to do a great job for wherever you work. But no matter how much you think you're appreciated and you're needed, it's a business. They're going to replace you like that, and somebody's going to be in your seat the minute you leave. And it's not your problem what happens after you're gone. It really isn't. You can care as much as you want, but the day you're out the door, it's no longer your problem. Think about all the people that were there and left before you, and what happened after they left. Nothing, right? Life just went on, right? I know the places that the same place I worked for the past 30-something years, and I've seen thousands of people come and go, and nothing ever changed since they've been gone. The mission has gone on and on and on for over 30 years and never changed. And we always thought, when this guy leaves, something's going to change. Oh, how are we going to make it without this guy? Nothing ever changed, no matter who the person was. So it's not going to change when you leave. Take your life back. That's all. I just wanted you to think about that. What are you going to do when you retire? You're going to do whatever you want. Remember that. See you next time.